Hey, welcome back to Game 2 of this doubleheader between Trinity Baptist and the University of Fort Lauderdale. You're looking at Michael Cardenas on the mound for TBC, facing Wilbert Javier Vargas. And that one is low, and that's 3 balls and 2 strikes. I'm Ray Bureau. Thanks for joining us here on the TBC Eagles Sports Network on YouTube. Fort Lauderdale won the first game 15-6. High fly ball center field. That's Parker Lafferty camping under it. So not quite the same start to the ball game for Javier Vargas as in game 1 when he lined the first pitch right over the left field corner fence for a solo home run that started all the scoring for Fort Lauderdale. So 1 out. And Michael Cardenas on the mound. We were trying to work out some of those audio difficulties we had, so we didn't quite get everything back just yet, but hang in there, stay with us, and we'll keep getting everything together for you. Meanwhile, this is Gabe Marqual with 1 out and the base is empty. And Cardenas gets that one in there for a strike. He had a complete game shutout over Florida Palms University last Friday night. 1-0 was that final score, and he misses down low with a fastball. So 2 balls and a strike. Cardenas, the lefty, winds and delivers at a bunt right back to the box and through the legs of Cardenas. That's going to be an error on the pitcher. And Gabe Marqual is aboard. Cardenas appeared to try to make that turn for the throw before he had corralled the ball. Walks, errors, and hit batsmen really came back to hurt Trinity Baptist in game number 1. They walked 12 men, and 11 of them scored. Here is Yanquiel Gonzalez with a runner at first and 1 out. Cardenas throws over to first. He picked off 2 men in that complete game win last Saturday, or check that, last Friday night against Florida Palms. And a throw over to first, and the runner's back in time. Haven't given you the batting order just yet. We're still trying to make sure everything is working a little bit better here in game number 2. My son Dean is on camera. He's very good with the technology. He made some adjustments in between ball games, so hopefully we'll get a much better quality stream for our viewers. And again, we appreciate your patience here on TBC Eagles. Runner at first, Gabe Marqual. And the pitch from Cardenas. Snap throw to first. That is Andrew Hickey behind the plate for TBC here in game number 2. Counts 1-1. Cardenas delivers. Gets a breaking ball in there for strike 2. Yanquiel Gonzalez at the plate. A ball and 2 strikes. Runner's going and got a fantastic jump. That grounder to short. Kennedy has a throw to first. It is in time. Third base was left open. Daniel Marinacci, though, got back there in time. However, the hustle by Marqual puts him at third base. It is the out at first. That's a second out on the 6-3. And Marqual goes all the way from first to third, seeing a wide open third base. Ryan Reifenberg at the plate. Cardenas, though, does have 2 outs, and the first pitch breaking ball is in there for a strike. After Reifenberg, it'll be Tibbs, Tavares, Wilhelm, Angelo, and Martin for Fort Lauderdale. And Cardenas with the pitch, a strike, got away from Hickey, but not far enough. Marqual, very good speed. We just saw that a moment ago. Reifenberg was 1 for 2, and scored 3 runs and drove one in game number 1. Cardenas with the pitch, and this one misses down low. A runner at third, there are 2 outs. And the pitch on the way, and a nice block by the TBC catcher, keeping that runner at third once again. Fort Lauderdale now 22-13 and 8-3 in South Region play. Trinity Baptist 9-17 and 0-5. The 0-2, swing and a miss. That is strike 3. Well, the error that Cardenas himself committed does not hurt him, and he gets the strikeout to end the inning. Trinity Baptist coming to bat in the bottom of the first. No score. We'll be right back. Bottom of the first, no score. Julian Pichardo, the starting pitcher for Fort Lauderdale University. He's a junior from Tampa, Florida. Pitched at Coastal Alabama Community College as well. And Pichardo is 3-2 on the season with a 4.24 ERA. His 8th appearance and 3rd start. He also has a save. In 17 innings, he's allowed 13 hits, 17 runs, but only 8 of those are earned. He has walked 6 and struck out 18. Sammy Coffrin will lead off for Trinity Baptist. Parker Laffery will bat second, moving up in the batting order, and E.J. Alvarez will hit third. So Pichardo ready to make his first pitch of the afternoon. Fort Lauderdale has now won 12 consecutive ball games, with the win last night and earlier today. And the first pitch from Pichardo is in there for a strike. Remember, they set team records for runs scored in a game at 24, and they did that twice against Mid-Atlantic Christian. They scored 69 runs in that 3-game series. They put 15 on the board today in game number 1 after scoring 12 last night. Laffery fouls that one off. No balls and 2 strikes. Colby Kennedy will bat 4th, Juan Tejera batting 5th, and Will Van Sickle batting 6th for Trinity Baptist. The 2-strike pitch is lifted high and foul. Daniel Marinacci is batting 7th. Brandon Huang is batting 8th, and Andrew Hickey is hitting 9th. Still no balls, 2 strikes. Pichardo works from the stretch and delivers. And that one misses low and outside. Coffrin in game number 1 drew a walk, but 0 for 3 officially. He's now batting .312, has a count of 1-2, and the pitch is low for ball 2. Ryan Reifenberg is in left. Wilbert Javier Vargas is in center. And Gabe Marqual is playing right. Chris Martin at third. Shortstop is Yanquiel Gonzalez. Christian Tavares is playing second base. Josh Tibbs at first. And Alexi Angelo is behind the plate for Fort Lauderdale. 2 balls, 2 strikes. And the pitch is looped foul and out of play. So Coffrin at least making Pichardo throw some pitches to start the ball game. Trinity Baptist now trying to win this 3rd game of the series. Fort Lauderdale has already won the series 2-1. Two balls, 2 strikes, and ball 3 is downstairs. Count of 3-2. Pichardo averages just over a strikeout per inning. Here's a 3-2. Line drive, 1 hopper, fielded by Tibbs, and he will step on the bag. Coffrin hit the ball very sharply, but a 3 unassisted in the book. That one short hop Tibbs, went to his knees, but was able to make the play without too much trouble. So Parker Laffrey is at the plate. 1 out. Bases are empty. Laffrey 1 for 4. Drove in a run and scored a run as Trinity Baptist got some runs late in that ball game. They scored twice in the 7th. They got 4 straight hits without an out in the bottom of the 7th. Laffrey had one of them. And a pitch on the way, and there's a strike right at the knees. Average-wise, Laffrey has cooled down, but he's still swinging the bat well. .337 with 15 RBIs. That's counting the 1 in game number 1. 1 strike on the way, and a swing and a miss. So nothing in 2. I believe we have everything caught up now. And no balls, 2 strikes, and a good fastball right by the hitter. That's out number 2. And it brings up E.J. Alvarez, who had 2 doubles in game number 1. Drove in a run and scored twice. Alvarez was 2 for 3 overall. He also drew a walk. And the first pitch, he grounds this one towards first. Tibbs is going to take that one himself. A close play, but he's there in time, and that ends the inning. So TBC goes down in order in the bottom of the 1st. After 1, no score. Well, Michael Cardenas did not allow a hit in the 1st inning. There was an error, his own doing, but then he was able to get a ground ball and a strikeout, keep Fort Lauderdale off the board. And that's the first time in this series they did not score a run in the 1st inning. So Cardenas will face Tibbs, Tavares, and Wilhelm. 5, 6, and 7 due up in the batting order. And after Josh Tibbs bats, we'll get our first look at Christian Tavares. He's playing second base for Fort Lauderdale. I went through it way too quickly in the first inning. So leading off was Wilbert Javier Vargas playing center. Right fielder was Gabe Marcall, and the shortstop Yanquiel Gonzalez. Ryan Reifenberg in left. Those are the four men who batted in the first inning. This is first baseman Josh Tibbs, and I'll go through the rest of the batting order in just a moment. Cardenas' first pitch misses upstairs. Batting sixth, playing second base is Christian Tavares. Batting seventh, the DH, Eli Wilhelm. Batting eighth at catcher, Alexi Angelo. And Chris Martin bats ninth. He's at third base once again. Cardenas gets that fastball in there for a strike. Josh Tibbs, 0 for 2, but he walked twice and scored twice in Game 1. Didn't finish the game. A lot of late changes for Fort Lauderdale in Game 1, and that one took a bad hop on Marinacci. We're going to have to see how that one gets scored. He was ready to make the play, but that ball hit the hard dirt and just kicked over his head. Well, Tibbs is aboard. And our first look at Christian Tavares. And the Fort Lauderdale shortstop is at 167, 5 for 30, but he's driven in 7 runs in 30 official at-bats. And he takes the first pitch high. He's walked 3 times, he's been hit 3 times. The runner at first, nobody out. And Cardenas delivers a wild pitch. That's going to allow Tibbs to take second. The throw is a little late. That ball hit the concrete barrier behind home plate. Came back to Hickey, who got the throw down there but threw it up high. Ball, no strikes. Josh Tibbs was credited with a base hit. That ball again took a really weird hop on Marinacci, the TBC third baseman. So a swing and a miss to Tavares. A ball and a strike. Runner at second, nobody out. Time called. So count of 1-1. Some wind blew up some dirt around the home plate area, and that's why Tavares asked for time. Make sure that didn't get in his eyes. So a ball and a strike. Cardenas delivers, gets a swinging strike at a terrific sinking breaking ball. So 1-2. Tavares did not play last night or in Game 1 today. So again, our first look at this second baseman. Down in the count, 1-2. Cardenas takes a look back at second, but nothing going on there. Full slate of Major League games going on after just 5 on day 2 of the season yesterday. A ball and 2 strikes. Cardenas delivers, and a ground ball towards short. Kennedy's long throw to first in time, just barely. Tavares sniffing an infield single. He was motoring, but a great throw by Kennedy. Tibbs held up at second, so there's 1 out with the runner on bag number 2. Eli Wilhelm, the designated hitter, at the plate. 1 for 3 with 2 runs driven in. Also drew a walk in Game 1. Turned a bunt, and the pitch hit the dirt. Got by Hickey. And that's a second wild pitch of the inning, uncorked by Michael Cardenas. So Tibbs is at third, and there's only one out. One ball, no strikes on the batter. Cardenas delivers a high fly ball to shallow right. Alvarez coming in, the tag, and the throw to the plate is up high. They're going to appeal to third to make sure that runner didn't leave early, and the call is safe. So a sacrifice fly for Wilhelm. Alvarez, normally a very surefire thrower from the outfield, but he airmailed that one. The throw had actually beaten the runner, but was well over the head of the catcher. So Tibbs scores. The two wild pitches have led to the run. There are two outs, and the catcher, Alexi Angelo, at the plate. First time we're seeing Angelo. He's hitting .286, 4 for 14. He has one homer, and that's been his only RBI. He's also walked twice. And this one is down in the dirt. Counting the home run earlier today from Javier Vargas, Fort Lauderdale has homered 16 times this season. In contrast, TBC has homered once. That's ball two down in the dirt. That's actually ball three. So Cardenas delivers. And the complimentary first step allowed, but then the strike called. Three balls and a strike, and that is ball four, and Angelo draws the walk. First one allowed by Cardenas. Again, 11 of the 12 walks that Fort Lauderdale drew in game one came in to score. And now it looks like we're going to have a courtesy runner for the catcher. That is number 15, Laz Salazar, like we saw him do in game number one. And he has a modest lead off first. Cardenas delivers and gets a strike to Chris Martin. Chris Martin was 1 for 4, but drove in 2 runs and scored once in game number one. Throw over to first. He played really good defense. Did that last night as well. Eric Scott, just precautionary that he's not in the game today. Swing, a strike down to second, but a little late and out of the glove of Sammy Coffrin. So a stolen base for Salazar. So he's there with 2 outs. 1 run is already in. Remember, Eric Scott crashed into the 320 sign down the left field line and made an absolutely wonderful catch last night. Played a couple more innings and then came out. We haven't seen him today, but I'm told it's just precautionary. There's still a lot of baseball left, and the coaching staff just doesn't want to risk any chance of further injury. He's all right. They're just giving him a chance to rest that hip that hit the wall very hard. No balls, 2 strikes to Chris Martin. So good news about Eric Scott. Cardenas, the freshman, takes a long stare, now steps off. Number 9 man in the batting order, Chris Martin at the plate. Nothing in 2, 2 outs, 1 run in. Cardenas delivers, and this one is fisted foul. That one handcuffed Martin. Kind of fortunate he was able to get a piece of it. So count remains, no balls, 2 strikes. Trinity Christian Academy junior varsity team is warming up on the field behind right field. Nothing, Fort Lauderdale. 4, 5, and 6 due up for TBC. Colby Kennedy, Juan Tejera, and Will Van Sickle. Julian Pichardo had a 1-2-3 inning with 1 strikeout. Getting ready to start his second inning of work. 3-2 with a 4.24 ERA. Just his third start of the season. So primarily a reliever working from the stretch even with the bases empty. Said earlier today, Kennedy swinging the bat a lot better. Still on the interstate, but getting closer to 200. He's at 161 right now. 1 ball, 1 strike. Pichardo takes a look. And the 1-1 on the way. High fly, right field. Got a chance to drop, but no. Wind kind of held that one up, and Marquardt was able to get under there with ease. And so Tejera gets rewarded with the starting duty as a DH here in game number 2. And there's a looper into center field. That's going to drop down, and Tejera is 2 for 2 on the day. So JT, as his teammates call him, at first with 1 out. On Tejera Jr., transferred from Geneva College. He's from Homestead, Florida. Plays both corner infield positions. He's at first. Will Van Sickle at the plate after the base hit. Swing and a miss. No balls and a strike. Pichardo delivers right down the middle for strike 2. So no balls, 2 strikes to Van Sickle, and he swings and fouls this one off. Count remains 0-2. 1-0 Fort Lauderdale. Tejera at first. Van Sickle trying to at least advance the runner. Lauderdale cheering on JT, Juan Tejera, and the TBC Eagles. 0-2 to Van Sickle. Swing and a miss. That's out number 2. Strikeout number 2 for Pichardo. And Daniel Marinacci will get his first at-bat of the day. On the season, Marinacci at 120. He is 3 for 25 with 1 run driven in. Tejera at first, very must lead. Pichardo from the stretch. And a good swing by Marinacci, but he fouled it back. No balls and a strike. Mentioned Trinity Christian JV warming up. They're about to play a game on that back field. Used to be just a practice field. Now it's ready for play. And a strike called by Marinacci, but a pass ball gets away from Angelo, and Tejera trots on into second base. Trinity Christian varsity won again last night in Tallahassee, 9-2, and the Conquerors are 11-3 on the season. They beat Mandarin High School here 2 nights ago. A ball and a strike with the potential tying run at second base. And Marinacci takes this one for strike 3. So it was a 2-strike pitch, and Marinacci is called out. And Tejera is stranded at second base. 1 hit, 1 man left. After 2, it's 1-0 Fort Lauderdale. Michael Cardenas, 2 innings so far, 1 earned run. He's allowed just 1 hit. He has walked 1 and struck out 2. Houston Astros lead the White Sox 2-1 after 2. Baltimore at Fenway Park. Twins and Royals. That'll get started around 4:10. All these late afternoon games. Pirates at Reds and Tigers at Rays. And we'll give you the night games in a moment. Cardenas ready for his first pitch of the third. Wilbert Javier Vargas swings and fouls this one off. The night games are Colorado at San Diego, Diamondbacks at Dodger Stadium, and the Guardians are in Seattle. No balls and a strike. Cardenas delivers and gets strike 2 on the outer half. Not sure Javier Vargas agreed with the call. He might have thought it was outside. And it looks like we have some changes on the TBC defense. Give you those as we get an opportunity. E.J. Alvarez has come out of the game. Third, and a throw to first is in time. That is Drew Hickey, who moved from the catcher position to third base to make the play. So Gilliat is in right. Or Gilliat's catching, my mistake there. Trying to write everything down at once. Sammy Cofford has gone to right. So we'll have to see who the new second baseman is. It is Daniel Marinacci moving over to second. Thank you, gentlemen, up here in the booth, helping me keep that straight. And the pitch is 2 balls, no strikes, and that one is down low. That's ball 3. Gabe Marquardt at the plate. Chopper towards first. And Van Sickle will take that one himself for out number 2. Trying to find out if there was an injury to E.J. Alvarez. Maybe that's the reason for the changes. A right hand injury is what we're told. Hopefully not too serious. And so there are 2 outs with the bases empty. And the batter is Yanquiel Gonzalez, and he fouls off the first pitch. He grounded out to short his first time up. Gonzalez came into today's play hitting Cardenas delivers and gets that one in the zone. That ball had some sink. It started off high and dropped right down over the heart of the plate. Wind appears to be blowing more towards center field now. It's been blowing hard all day, but it's changed directions a few times. And that one is way out of the zone. That's ball 1. Cardenas. After 2.5, it's 1-0 Fort Lauderdale. Go. Long batting 0-9-7 coming into this at bat. And the 2-0 is on the inside corner. And that one is down low for ball 3. Three balls and a strike. Pichardo delivers. There's a smoke into the gap in left center field. That's going to roll to the fence. Huang will pull into second with a leadoff double. Brandon Huang up Andrew Hickey, the catcher turned third baseman. Batting 1 for 7 this season. He's also drawn a walk. TBC really needs to cash in this opportunity. The runner at second, nobody out. It's a 1-0 ball game. Fort Lauderdale leads. He did not run. That's a mistake by the batter. You need to let the umpire make the call, but it does go as a sacrifice bunt. And it moves Huang into third. That'll be a 3 unassisted and 1 out on the sac bunt. Again, that ball's not fair or foul until it's either touched or hits or passes the bag. That ball came back, hit first base. Coffin a chance to drive in the run, and he swings and misses. You run, let the umpire make the call. 0-1. Long at third. Golden opportunity for TBC. There's a chopper towards third. That's going to stay fair. To throw to first from Martin. Gets away. Huang will score. Coffin stumbled as he tried to get to second, but he's in there safely. That'll not be an RBI for Coffin because Huang did not go until the ball got past the first baseman. Now TBC has a chance to take its first lead of the series. And Laffrey takes this one down the middle. Coffin runs well. Hit to the outfield is a good chance to score the go-ahead run. Christian Taveras potentially saving a run and at least getting the out. Although Marqual was coming on fast. And now Mike Gilliott forced into action. Wasn't expecting to get in the ball game, at least not this early. Taking over for Alvarez, who left the game with an injured right hand. 2 outs with the runner at third. Well, the ground ball first in time, and that ends the inning. However, Trinity Baptist ties it up with 1 run and 1 left, and after 3, we're tied 1-1. took another look at the scoring for the earned unearned run for TBC. It has been determined that run is unearned, but it's on the board. So Gibbs and Christian Tavares. Toccoa Falls and Carolina just now getting underway. They were supposed to start earlier unless they had a doubleheader, but there was no indication about that. And Milligan and Bob Jones, no update. They were supposed to start at 12:30. First pitch from Cardenas, just out of the zone. That's ball one. And Cardenas working quickly, gets a breaking ball around the plate for ball two. Reifenberg went down swinging his first time up. And that pitch to Reifenberg. And Cardenas ready, and the pitch. That's ball four, and a four-pitch walk to start the inning. Not what Cardenas wants to do, especially with a team like this who likes to take advantage of extra bases. So Josh Tibbs at the plate with the runner at first, nobody out. He singled and scored in the second. He singled and advanced on two wild pitches to third and came in on a sacrifice fly. Again, taking advantage of free bases. And there's another one as that ball gets by Gilliott. And Reifenberg trots into second, standing up. Gilliott had to come way up out of the crouch. That'll be a wild pitch charged to Cardenas, his third. One ball, no strikes. Cardenas worked quickly with the bases empty, slows down with a runner on and delivers, and gets this one right down the middle. A ball and a strike. Runner at second, nobody out. The leadoff. Trinity Baptist will travel to Thomas University this coming Tuesday. Then they're back here on the home field next Friday night and Saturday afternoon against Atlantis. Cardenas turns and tosses head, and April 11th is the visit to Thomas University. And then the final home three-game series of the regular season, April 21st and 22nd against Toccoa Falls College. The 2-1 swung on and missed. And the count is even at 2-2. Two balls, two strikes. Cardenas is trying to get Josh Tibbs, the first baseman. Pitch is swung on and fouled back. Fort Lauderdale will go to Kaiser University on Monday. 3 p.m. start time, single 9-inning game against the Kaiser Seahawks. Tuesday, April 4th, home for one against Florida National University. And a pitch, swing and a foul back. Tibbs actually nearly stopped his swing and kind of adjusted his. So 2 balls, 2 strikes. Runners going, the pitch swung on and missed. The throw down to third is not in time, and a really nice scoop by Hickey. That ball ticketed for left field, but Hickey came up with it, kept the runner at third. A stolen base for Reifenberg. And a strikeout of Josh Tibbs. That's out number 1. Strikeout number 3 for Cardenas, but the runner at third now with Tavares grounded to short his first time up. That's a line drive into right field. That will score the run, and Tavares comes through with the go-ahead RBI single and Fort Lauderdale leads 2-1. So again, the wild pitch eventually led to the run, and now Fort Lauderdale has regained the lead. That's only the second hit that Cardenas has allowed, but it's also the second run. Eli Wilhelm at the plate, brought home a run with a sacrifice fly in the second, so no official at-bat, but an RBI. And that run scored after 2 wild pitches. So again, Fort Lauderdale takes advantage of free bases. Cardenas delivers and had the runner going back towards first and got the strike. Taveras is 3 for 4 in stolen base attempts. Pretty good lead with the lefty on the mound. And a throw over to first, and the runner's back. Just a little soft toss. Cardenas, as we said last Friday night, picked off 2 batters or runners off first in a ball game. Runners going. They got him picked. Van Sickle's throw is right on target and in time. Another pickoff for Michael Cardenas, and it's a caught stealing on Eli Wilhelm. It goes 1-3-6. 2 outs. Bases are now empty. Well, the move one play before the pickoff was just a soft toss. Taveras got an extra half step, took off, but Cardenas kept that leg straight up in the air. He does have a really good move to first, and now he's ahead of the hitter. No balls, 2 strikes. Count of 0-2. Cardenas takes a long look, now winds and delivers. And there's a line drive headed toward the gap. That's a base hit. Wilhelm will go for 2. Coffrin's throw will not get there in time. A 2-out double. Assuming a date, he walked his first time up. Courtesy runner Salazar then stole second base. And the first pitch misses outside. Lauderdale on the top of Kennedy, Juan Tejera, and Will Van Sickle, the scheduled hitters. 4, 5, and 6 in the batting order. 1 run in each of the second and fourth innings for Fort Lauderdale. 1 run in the bottom of the third for Trinity Baptist. Julian Pichardo, just an unearned run allowed. Just 2 hits. He hasn't walked anyone. He has struck out 2. Medium depth and left, and it's has some carry with the wind. That ball went a little bit further than it looked like it would off the bat. A catch made by Ryan Reifenberg in left for the out. Kennedy really didn't hit it all that well, but he got it up with the wind, and the ball just kept on. Tejera at the plate. And he takes this one outside. That's ball 2. It's 2-1. Up. It's over near the dugout and out of play. And hey, what a catch! One of the assistant coaches come out of the dugout behind the net, made a barehanded catch. Fortunately for Juan, that doesn't count. But he does have 2 strikes. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Count remains 1-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes. I understand we have some more difficulty going on. We continue to try to work on that. Swing and a miss. Tejera's down on strikes. That's out number 2. Good battle between Pichardo and Tejera, but Pichardo ends up with the win. So Will Van Sickle went down on strikes his first time up. That is strikeout number 4 for Pichardo. First pitch to Van Sickle, and he takes it for a strike. Nothing in 1. Swing and a miss. Van Sickle's really had a tough season. No balls, 2 strikes. 2 outs, bases are empty. 2-1 Fort Lauderdale, bottom of the 4th. And that one is popped up and out of play. So count remains 0-2. Pitch on the way is upstairs. That's ball 1. One ball, 2 strikes. And this one misses outside. Count's even up now at 2-2. And Pichardo gets a long look in at the sign. The 2-2 on the way, and this one well out of the zone. That fills up the count. Three balls, 2 strikes. Swing and a miss. That is strike 3. 2 in the inning for Julian Pichardo. And after 4, 2-1 Fort Lauderdale. Top of the 5th, Fort Lauderdale leads 2-1. Chris Martin will lead things off, followed by Wilbert Javier Vargas and Gabe Marqual. Cardenas has done a really nice job. Both runs are earned. He's allowed only 3 hits. He has walked 2 and struck out 3. First pitch popped up and out of play. Cardenas' problems have been wild pitches. 3 of them, and all 3 helped lead to the 2 runs. gets strike two on the outer half. No balls, 2 strikes. Cardenas winds and delivers, and there's a chopper. Cardenas throws to first. Probably should have held on to that one, and it's down the right field line. But because Martin and Van Sickle collided, Martin will stop at first. That's going to be a base hit. Cardenas would have been better off letting Hickey, the right-hander, who was charging in and had the momentum going that way, make the throw. That's a hit for Chris Martin. He's aboard. And top of the order, Wilbert Javier Vargas at the plate. And fortunately for Cardenas, the collision at first kept Martin from advancing to second. Runner at first, nobody out, and a soft toss over. Martin didn't have much of a lead. Cardenas picked a man off. He did that last inning. And there's a ground ball towards short. Kennedy knocks it down, but will not have a play. That'll be an error on the shortstop. So 2 on, nobody out. Gabe Marquardt at the plate. Cardenas takes a long look in. And a pitch, bunt shown, pulled back in time to take it low for ball 1. One ball, no strikes. Another long look by the lefty. Another bunt. This time it is down. Cardenas will not have a play. That's going to be another bunt single for Fort Lauderdale. They've done that a few times in this series. Would have been a very difficult play for Cardenas to whirl around. So the ball hasn't left the infield, but there are bases loaded with nobody out. Yanquiel Gonzalez now with a chance to drive in a couple of runs and extend this lead, and he drills one towards left field. That ball is up against the fence. 2 runs are going to score, maybe 3, and no, as a runner stops at third, and that's a 2-run double for Gonzalez. Thought for a moment that ball had a chance to get out of here. Martin scores. Javier Vargas scores, and it is 4-1. Runner for the catcher. That's going to be Laz Salazar once again. Or is that a new man this time? Salazar wore number 15. Now we see number 5, Jack Case. So Case doing the courtesy running this time. Salazar did earlier. This is a pinch runner for Gonzalez. And the first pitch to Reifenberg almost hit the batter in the dirt. Second and third, still nobody out. One ball, no strikes. Infield in on the grass. Cardenas gets the outside corner. Two balls, no strikes. And that one is in the dirt. That's ball three. Three balls, no strikes. And the pitch. High fly ball. Lafferty giving chase into the gap. It is on the ground. 2 runs are going to score. Nope, Case stops at third. He started to make that turn but was held up, and a really good throw back to the infield. But it's an RBI double for Ryan Reifenberg. Markel scores, and it is 5-1. Case stopped at third. Both had to hold up to make sure the ball wasn't caught. And again, Case started to make that turn, but a good strong throw by Lafferty. And now we have ourselves a timeout, and that might be it for Cardenas. I'll tell you about the new man in just a moment. Dylan Waters will take over for Michael Cardenas, and he's going to inherit a runner at second and a runner at third, and nobody out. 3 runs already in, and Fort Lauderdale leading 5-1. Waters will make his 10th appearance. He has started 1 game. He has a 1.90 ERA. He also has a save. In 23 2/3 innings, he's allowed 20 hits, 12 runs, but only 5 earned. He has walked 8 and struck out 16. So it'll be Waters getting ready to face Josh Tibbs, and Fort Lauderdale leads 5-1. So Tibbs makes his way to the batter's box. He is 0 for 1, but he walked and scored in the 4th. Runners at second and third. Again, Fort Lauderdale taking advantage of opportunities. The first 3 batters reached without getting the ball out of the infield. 2 infield hits and a bobbled ground ball. All 3 of them have come across. First pitch misses to Tibbs. Swing and a miss. Pulled his head on that one. He knows it. 1 ball, 1 strike. Waters delivers, and this one is fouled back. Counts 1-2. Christian Tavares on deck, followed by Wilhelm and Angelo. Nobody out. Waters ready, and the pitch. Strike 3 called. That's the first out. Tibbs did not like the call, but that is strike 3. Brings up Christian Tavares, who drove in a run with a base hit in the 4th. Chance to drive in 2 more. Waters takes a long look over the mitt. And the first pitch to Tavares is fouled straight back. Tavares put a good swing on that fastball. No balls and a strike. Not sure if the umpire said that was outside or if he called it a strike. Raised the right hand, and he says outside, so it's 1-1. Here's 1-1 from Waters in the dirt. Bounced off the back wall. Gilliott lost the handle on it after the rebound. However, by that time, Case had already gone back to third. So 2 balls and a strike. The men in the bullpen, that is the JV game going on behind right field on the other field, and they're using that Fort Lauderdale bullpen right now. A little blooper back to the box. Waters will make the catch, and there are 2 away. Ball handcuffed to Tavares. He got it right off the handle. So 2 outs, runners at second and third for Eli Wilhelm. He is 1 for 1 with a sacrifice fly that brought home a run in the 2nd inning. And Dylan Waters winds and delivers and gets a foul ball into the mitt. One strike pitch on the way, and Wilhelm really helped him out. Brought his 3-iron to the plate, came up empty. 0-2. And Waters tried to get him to chase again and missed low and away. So a ball and 2 strikes, 2 outs. 3 runs are in. Runners at second and third, and the pitch. This one is driven into center field. 1 run is in. Here's another man racing for the plate. The throw is not in time. RBI single for Wilhelm, and he'll take second base on the throw. So he drives in 2 runs, actually. Base hit up the middle, and it is 7-1. Ninth man of the inning to bat, Alexi Angelo. He has walked and grounded to short. Five runs in the inning. And pitch on the way, and that one is in there for a strike. All All 5 charged to Michael Cardenas. Only 2 of those are earned. Those last 2 both unearned. Pitch on the way, and that is in there for a strike. No balls, 2 strikes. Waters trying to end this inning. And that one is in the dirt. One ball, 2 strikes. TBC will have Marinacci, Huang, and Hickey due up in the bottom of the 5th. A little roller towards second. Marinacci flips to first, and that ends the inning. But 5 runs, only 2 of them earned. And we go to the bottom of the 5th with Fort Lauderdale leading 7-1. Bottom of the 5th, and with a 5-run top half, Fort Lauderdale now leads 7-1. Julian Pichardo has pitched very well, 4 innings, just 1 unearned run on 2 hits, no walks, and 5 strikeouts. Daniel Marinacci will lead things off for TBC, who has to rally from behind. Marinacci was called out on strikes his first time up. Marinacci, Huang, and Hickey, then the top of the order. And that fastball misses low. One ball, no strikes. And the pitch to Marinacci. There's a hard ground ball backhanded at short. Strong throw in time. The new shortstop, Jake Case, came in as a pinch runner for Gonzalez, stayed in the game, and rewards his coach with a nifty play. Brandon Huang doubled and scored in the 3rd. The only TBC run. That tied the game at 1 at that point, and then 6 so far unanswered runs for Fort Lauderdale. TBC back here on the home field next Friday night and Saturday afternoon against Atlantis. And the first pitch is in there for a strike. Then the following Tuesday, TBC goes to Thomas University, a member of the NAIA Sun Conference. Pitch on the way. This one is grounded fair down the left field line. Wong will round first. He'll head on into second. And the throw is late. And a second consecutive double for Brandon Huang. Only the third hit for Trinity Baptist, and Huang has two of them, both for extra bases. Andrew Hickey put down a sacrifice bunt his first time up. Grounded that ball that hit the first base bag, and Tibbs was able to beat Hickey and make the play. Runner at second, one out. And Hickey takes the first pitch for a strike. Nothing in one. Tavares trying to hold the runner close. And the pitch is outside. 1 ball, 1 strike. Pichardo takes a long breath and delivers and gets a fastball in his zone for strike 2. 1 ball, 2 strikes. And Pichardo taking his time. Check of the runner and delivers. And strike 3 is called, and that is out number 2. Strikeout number 6, and with 2 outs, Sammy Coffrin steps up. Sammy's 0 for 2, reached on an error his last time up. Is upstairs. 9, 1, and 2 due up for Fort Lauderdale. Martin, Javier Vargas, and Marqual. No 1 ball, no strikes. And there's a chopper fielded by Martin, and a throw to first in the dirt. Tibbs couldn't hold on. That'll be an error on the third baseman, and Trinity Baptist has runners at the corners with 2 outs. Martin has a strong arm, but he got on top of that one. A little frustrated with himself for not making that play. So an extra opportunity for TBC. Parker Laffrey has struck out and grounded to second. Run, it's 7-2. The run is unearned, but it goes up. A double steal. Wong steals home, and Coffrin takes second base. So Laffrey still with a runner in scoring position. Coffrin, good speed at second base. This one is popped up and out of play. Two strikes on Laffrey. And Pichardo delivers, and a ground ball towards second. Bobbled, but the throw to first is in time. Well, TBC gets an unearned run and leaves 1, and after 5, it's 7-2 Fort Lauderdale. Top of the sixth, and Fort Lauderdale with a 7-2 lead will send up a pinch hitter for Chris Martin to lead things off. It'll be Chance Muir, younger brother of Chase Muir, who was last night's winning pitcher. We saw Chance late in game number 1 as well. And this fastball is in there for a strike. Muir walked and scored his only trip to the plate in the 7th inning of game 1. Ball and 2 strikes. And there's 1 away. Wilbert Javier Vargas at the plate. Reached on an error and scored in that 5-run 5th inning. There is action. View's a little bit obstructed. I can't tell quite who that is throwing. No balls, 2 strikes. And that one behind the hitter. It actually got him in the back of the leg. So Wilbert Javier Vargas is at first. One out with the runner at first. Very good speed. Gabe Marquardt at the plate. A bunt single and a run in the 5th. He is 1 for 3. Runner's going. Pitch is low. Throw is not in time. So the hit batsman turns into a stolen base. 1 ball, no strikes. Runner's going towards third, and Gilliott couldn't hold on to the pitch. So 2 consecutive stolen bases after the free base. Fort Lauderdale has taken advantage of those extra opportunities. Runners at third. There's 1 out. Infield in on the grass. And a breaking ball misses for ball 3. Gilliott, Kennedy, and Tejera are due up for TBC in the bottom half of the inning. Top of the 6th, 7-2, Fort Lauderdale leads. And that one plunks the batter in the back. Second man of the inning that Waters has hit, and runners are at the corners with 1 out. Jack Case at the plate for the first time. Came in as a pinch runner in the 5th. Stayed in the game to play shortstop. As a hitter, he is batting .171 with 2 runs driven in. Case was 0 for 1. Got a at-bat in the 7th inning of game 1. Reached on an error. And that one is down in the dirt. First and third, 1 out. Infield now playing back, looking to turn 2. Runners. Infield and out. Waters winds and delivers. And a line drive, base hit. 1 run is in. Here's another man around second. The throw to the plate. It is a little bit off the mark. Marquardt missed the plate at first, but then reached in with the hand and got the plate. That's a 2-run single for Jake. Now batting Ryan Reifenberg. And for Case, RBIs 3 and 4 on the season. First pitch swinging, popped up. Rover near the line, and Kennedy calls off everybody and makes the catch. 2 out. New batter now for Fort Lauderdale. Arthur Tibbs was 1 for 3. Also scored a run. And the first pitch driven pretty well towards center, but Lafferty is right there to make the play. 2 more runs for Fort Lauderdale in the top of the 6th. We go to the bottom half, and it's 9-2 Fort Lauderdale. Are the scheduled hitters for TBC, trailing 9-2. Chase Muir stays in the game to play third base. As first pitch is down low, and Arthur Quinones takes over down ball to second. Takes this one for a strike. No further changes that we are aware of. Count is 1-1. Swung on and missed, and it's 1-2. A ball and 2 strikes. And that one misses high. Evens the count at 2-2. Two balls, 2 strikes. And said the ball landed just to the left of the stripe. So Gilliott will head back to the box with a count of 2-2. Two balls, 2 strikes. Pichardo in his 6th inning of work. Done a really nice job. Just 2 runs on 3 hits, and both of those runs unearned. That one misses outside for ball 3. He hasn't walked anyone, and he has struck out 6. "3-2 is ball 4, the first walk allowed by Pichardo. And a good at-bat for Gilliott. He thought he had a double, but he comes back to the plate, draws. No balls, 1 strike. So another 1 strike pitch. And a chopper towards short. Scoop, throw to second for 1. Relay throw to first. In time, double play. 6-4-3, and there are 2 outs. And that's the second double play we've seen Fort Lauderdale turn today, 1 in each game. Brings up Juan Tejera with 2 outs, and the base is empty. Tejera's 1 for 2. Got his base hit in the 2nd. Pichardo with And a swing and a foul back. Count even at 1-1. Swung on and missed. That ball sunk way out of the zone, and Tejera went after it. 1-2, 2 outs, bases empty, bottom of the 6th. And this one is up and in, almost got the batter. Ball and 2 strikes to Tejera. And that one inside corner inning. Phillies at Rangers, no score in the bottom of the 1st. The 2-2. 4-3 in the 4th. And that first pitch is up and away. It's on the mound. Looks a lot more like just a little talk and strategy of what to do with the batter. Coach. 2 balls and a strike to Van Sickle. And that one is low for ball 3. Count of 3-1. Get a head start. And a payoff pitch. There goes the runner. Ball 4, and there are 2 men aboard with 2 out. Two straight walks by Pichardo after he went the first 5 innings without issuing a walk. Daniel Marinacci is at the plate, 0 for 2.
Now up to bat, Daniel Marinacci.
Pichardo's really slowed things down here in the 6th. 1. Pichardo not too worried about the runners with a 7-run lead. The side. 2 walks but no runs for TBC, and after 6 it is not. Nine, 10, and 2 for Fort Lauderdale. 2, 3, and 1 for TBC. Ball and a strike. Dylan Waters on the mound for TBC. Swing and a miss. Michael Cardenas was the starter. Cardenas went 4 innings. Waters in his 3rd inning of work. A ball and 2 strikes. And this one is fouled back. In the bottom of the 7th, Wong, Hickey, and Coffin are due up for Trinity Baptist. Tavares will be followed by Wilhelm and Angelo, barring any changes. Hickey delivers and misses up and in. Counts 3-2. Waters takes a look over that glove. Gets a sign he wants and delivers. And ball 4 puts the leadoff man aboard. Eli Wilhelm steps in. He has driven in 3 runs. Had a 2-run single in the 5th and a sacrifice fly in the 2nd. 2 for 2. He also doubled in the 4th. Waters throws over to first and the runner's back. And another throw over to first. Tavares once again back in time. Nope, that first pitch was a strike. So 0-1. Runners going, swing and a miss. A little bobbled ball on the pitch. That cost Gilead a chance at the out at second. And so a stolen base for no balls, 2 strikes. Tavares bluffs on the tag, and there's 1 away. Alexi Angelo, the next scheduled hitter. This is Luis Ramos, who is 3 for 21 with 2 runs scored. He has doubled and homered. He's driven in 7 runs. And a throw back to second is close, but the runner's back. So our first look at Luis Ramos here today, and he fouls this one back. Chance Muir waiting on deck. He entered the ball game late, batting for Chris Martin the last time the number 9 spot came up. Nothing in 1. Waters looks in. Ramos back in the box. Turn and a throw to second, and the runner's back in time. Pretty good move by Waters. He's had a couple of close plays at second base. Waters checks that runner at second and delivers. And gets a strike on the outer half. White Sox and Astros still tied at 3 in the 7th. Milwaukee has taken the lead over the Cubs 3-1 in the 8th. The 1-2. Ground ball into left field. That's a base hit. Tavares making sure the ball got through, so he stops at third. And with 1 out, Ramos has a base hit, and there are runners at the corners. Chance Muir at the plate. Went down on strikes his first time. Pinch hit for Martin in the 6th. Came into today's play at 265. He is driven. One out, and the pitch is a strike. No balls and a strike. Ramos, pretty good lead off first, not going, and this one is upstairs. Counts even at 1-1. Waters really taking his time between pitches. Nothing over the Phillies in the 2nd. And a miss. A single for Chance Muir. It is now 10-2. Fort Lauderdale has hit double digits in all 3 games of the series. Ramos at 2nd. Javier Vargas scored both times. His trip to the plate in the 5th and the 6th. Reached on an error and was hit by a pitch. He's 0 for 3 officially. Also stole 2nd and 3rd in that 6th inning. And Waters with the pitch. There's a ground ball. Could be 2 to flip to 2nd for 1, but Marinacci lost his footing. They did get the force out. 2 outs with runners at the corners. Fielder's choice and a 6-4 put out at second base. On the play, Ramos takes 3rd. There are 2 outs, and Gabe Marquardt is the hitter. Marinacci tried to come off the bag and get the relay throw to first for a chance at the double play. We saw Long late in Game 1 earlier today as well. Swing and a miss. That's strike 1. No balls and a strike. 10-2 in favor of Fort Lauderdale. This one has a chance, and it is gone. That's a 3-run homer for Gabe Marquardt, and it is now 13-2. Marquardt hit that one up into the wind, didn't need help. He hit it really hard. That ball sailed well over the left field fence. 7, and that's going to be it for Dylan Waters. Tell you about the new pitcher in just a moment. .94 ERA, 11 2/3 innings, 16 hits, 9 earned runs. He has walked 6 and struck out 6. And his first pitch is to Jake Case. The 3-run homer by Gabe Marquardt makes it a 13-2 lead for the University of Fort Lauderdale. 1 ball, no strikes. Van Sickle delivers and gets one in the zone for strike 1. Ball and a strike. And Van Sickle delivers. And this one is foul. Takes out the only man he faces. 4 runs in the inning. The 3-run homer by Gabe Marquardt was the big blow. And we go to the bottom of the 7th with Fort Lauderdale leading 13-2.